Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are Group 3 of Class AM2283M. Our topic is Interracial Cooperation Challenge by TUNKU ABDUL RAHMAN. And our group member is Nur Ilya Najiha binti Masani, Aiman Fikri bin Muhammad Aris Fazilah, and me, Nik Syahida Ummi binti Hashim. We will present this topic to our lecturer, which is Dr. Azma Asnawi Shah Abdul Hakim.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Ilya Najiha binti Masani. I'm the first presenter. So I would like to explain about background Tunku Abdul Rahman. Tunku Abdul Rahman Putra Al-Hajj Ibni Al-Marhum Sultan Abdul Hamid Halim Shah was the Chief Minister of the Federation of Malay in 1955 and was also the first Prime Minister of Malaysia since independence in 1957. Tunku remained the Prime Minister after Sabah, Sarawak and Singapore joined the Federation in 1963 and formed the State of Malaysia. So in Malaysia, Tunku Abdul Rahman is considered as the father of Malaysia's independence in remembrance of all his service and sacrifice in achieving independence from the colonialists. Tunku Abdul Rahman Putra Al-Hajj was born on February 8 in 1903 in Alor-Star, Kedah. Next, on 6 December 1990, Tunku returned to Rahmatullah due to serious illness. On the will of the deceased, the body was buried at Makam Diraja Langgar. Okay, as for his education, he received his early education at the Malay schools in Alor-Star and the English school before being sent to Bangkok and admitted to Dipsuri School. He soon returned to Kedah and continued his study in a Malay school before entering Penang Free School. Eventually, he was sent to further his study at St. Catherine's College, University of Cambridge, England. Tunku Abdul Rahman received a Kedah State Scholarship to further his education at St. Catherine's College at Cambridge University. He is the first student to receive an education in United Kingdom under the auspice of the Kedah state government. So Tunku was sent back to England to study law at Cambridge University because his family was unhappy with his past decision. Next, his past result. Next, he graduated the first semester in law at the Inner Temple in 1930. For the career, Tunku Abdul Rahman's career where it started his career as an assistant district officer and was later promoted to district officer in several districts in Kedah, including Kuala Nerang and Pulau Langkawi. In 1940, Tunku Abdul Rahman was appointed Deputy Director of Civil Defence of South Kedah. When Japan handed over Kedah to Thailand in 1941, Tunku Abdul Rahman was appointed Supervisor of Education and he held the post until the British reoccupied Malay. So at the end of the Second World War, Tunku Abdul Rahman joined politics against the Malay Union and raised awareness of independence among the people of Malaya. During that period, the spirit of nationalism grew stronger among the Malays amid the proclamation of the establishment of the Malayan Union by Britain. Together with UMNO leaders, he sought independence for Malaya. He removed to Kuala Lumpur to become a deputy public prosecutor under the Federal Law Department. Okay, and later become the president of the Season Court. Okay, after Dato' On Jaafar resigned, Tunku Abdul Rahman was appointed as the second president of the UMNO. Okay, contribution. Tunku Abdul Rahman's contribution. Throughout, Tunku Abdul Rahman's involved in politics. He contributed a lot to the nation and the country. He was a nation builder and tried to unite the multiracial people of Malay to oppose the British government and demand independence for Malay. Okay, so for Unity Malays, he was willing to voice his protest against the Malay Union and attend meetings that Malay Union in Alor and sacrifice his career to take over the helm of UMNO. Okay, so among his first efforts that as a prime minister was to unite the people and enhance economic progress. So Tunku Abdul Rahman also introduced the first Malaya plan in 1956 with a focus on developing the land of Malaya. In 1960, a 12-month state of emergency was declared over when the communists were successfully stopped. At the beginning of Tunku Abdul Rahman leadership, the most important task was to foster the interracial cooperation and reach agreement on the main issue for the government. Okay, for the government of an independent country. So Tunku worked with confidence, patience, and tries to unite the race as well as maintain the integrity of the Malay race and MCA, which is Malay Chinese Association, which was established in 1952 in non-Malay majority areas. Okay, so as a result, the UMNO and MCA alliance has given victory to both, but every effort made by him must have challenged in interracial cooperation by Tunku Abdul Rahman. As a successful figure, he is also known as the father of peace and unity because of his attitude of loving peace and unity. He is willing to accept any obstacles and challenge for the sake of national unity.
As we know, Tunku Abdul Rahman Putra Al-Haj was the first Prime Minister of Malaysia from 1955 to 1970. From the point of view of Tunku Abdul Rahman, he made United Malay National Organisation, which is UMNO, cooperate with the Malaysian Chinese Association MCA and Malaysia India Congress MIC when he became the president of UMNO to strengthen the interracial relation and to contest in the first general election in 1955. Even though it helped him to win the election, his action got criticized when he compromising the Malays' right by asking for a lot of support from non-Malay, especially Chinese and Indians. It makes them angry when Tunku Abdul Rahman made alliance because the non-Malay didn't support the Malay as the national language and many other reasons. Malays people thought that Malay people is the most worthy people to govern the country without the help from the non-Malay, which is why they reject the alliance that has been formed. It became worse when Tunku Abdul Rahman opened all economic opportunities only to the non-Malay, especially to the British and Chinese. That make people assume that Tunku Abdul Rahman was controlled by the Chinese. It makes a lot of Malay people criticize Tunku Abdul Rahman, especially the young Malay intellect such as Dr. Mahathir and Musa Hitam. Even though Tunku Abdul Rahman got criticized when he made the interracial cooperation, let's not forget that he was the one who led Malaysia to achieve independence on 31st August 1957 and was called as a father of independence by the Malaysian peoples. Tunku Abdul Rahman also was the one who led to the establishment of the Federation of Malaysia in 1963. If he didn't make a move to cooperate with the other races, maybe we cannot see Malaysia be a peaceful and prosperous country despite living a multiracial as we achieve right now.
How Tunku handled the challenge? Okay, the first one is strengthen the unity. When we strengthen the unity, we can create a good relationship with all the races in Malaysia. For example, as we can see that Tunku formed an alliance that consisting of UMNO, MCA and MIC. We also know that UMNO is the party for Malay, MCA is for Chinese and MIC for Indian, and it will lead to the ability of each community to cooperate in harmony. After that, Tunku also provide the package deals of the 1957 constitutional contract which consists of first is for non-Malays, which are liberal citizenship regulation, which is non-discrimination and give them the opportunity to economy, language and culture. The second one is for Malay, which is Malay special rights in various aspects for language, religion, status of Malay rulers. And the last one is the practice of proportionate, or we call it a quota system in allocation of government sectors, especially in administrative and diplomatic affairs, permits and leasing, scholarship and training, loans and subsidies. Okay, quota system is for Malay. Okay, why Malay given the quota system? This is because we have been colonized by British for 100 years. That make we lack in all aspects. In others, to ensure for us Bumi Putra to compete with the other races to help them in the track. That's why we have the quota system for Malay. That's all from me. Thank you.
So, in conclusion, in short, Tunku is a special person born to lead people in challenging situations like in Malaysia. Leaders with extensive academic knowledge or eloquence may not necessarily be able to navigate this country, the twists and turns of regime that require a lot of wisdom and patience. Tunku Abdul Rahman does not have much knowledge, but his personality cultivates a sense of confidence in those who accompany him. Tunku Abdul Rahman finally proved himself to be the most successful Malaysian leader when he success in uniting Malaysians and achieving independence for Malaya. His success showed that he was willing to sacrifice for the country in order to solve the country's political problems. His contribution is an invaluable sacrifice in political history. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you.